get some chat filters changed quickly. All messages. There we go. I guess we just wait for some people to turn up. Always an awkward point of a live stream. Waiting for the first people to arrive. Especially when I don't do these with any notification. No warning, no nothing. Just go live and hope that somebody's about. Lovely. Well, it's a chill vibe this evening. I just said goodbye to Tim. He's heading off home, probably on his way on the train by now, maybe. Oh no, he's probably just catching the train now. So he might hopefully join. But yeah, gonna hang around. Oi, Sparker's in. Sound is slightly low. Let's adjust that. Let's have a look. How's that? Any good? Oh wait, hold on. The gain has been changed. Let's try that. How's that? I'm guessing that sound is a bit better. It must have got switched around in all the moving things about. Well, I hope it hasn't been like that all weekend. But I guess I can just I guess I can adjust that in post. Good to see you, Sparker. Cheers for the heads up on the volume there. Yeah, I'm just chilling tonight. It's a proper chill one. No plans, just me in the van. I don't even have the boys here. It's just me all alone. I've got plenty of time to kill, but I'm knackered. So yeah, I couldn't be bothered to do much today. I thought about a walk around Biggleswade or something, but no, I really couldn't be bothered. So just me chilling. I'm thinking I could do a little bit of a tour around the van. So if you're interested in anything at all, if you want to see something in particular, if you've got a question about something, now's a good time to ask, because I don't have any set sort of theme for this evening. But yeah, it was a proper hike this weekend. I am not used to that at all. We did quite a lot on Saturday. It's a proper full day, and then yeah, last night was horrific is all I can say. My legs, I had a big old cramp like just before trying to go to sleep, but I sorted that out. I took like, I don't know, 20 minutes to just kind of massage my leg in one spot until it eventually went away. I got maybe, I don't know, 2 hours of sleep, woke up, needed a toilet, so I tried to get out of the tent to go and you know, do the duty, but I'm not kidding. It took me 20 minutes of grunting and just pain of trying to get out of the tent with my legs not bending at all. Because the second I bent them even a tiny bit, I just like muscles were cramping everywhere. I was like, oh my God, and my legs were just totally done in. I can only put it down to the fact I haven't actually done really long walks with a pack on for like months. It's just months and months. Oh, Taff is in. Hi Taff, good to see you again. Yeah, I know you probably didn't know I was live. I give no warning on this most of the time. I'm sure I'll work something out as we go. This is literally week 2 of what is hopefully going to be a whole year or more of daily lives. So literally every day I'm just live. So if you ever fancy coming along sometime between, I mean, I don't know what time it would be for you, but for me over here in England, my schedule's somewhere between, I think at the moment, I'm hoping to do them between 7 and 10 in the evening, but sometimes I might do them earlier. It really depends what I'm planning to do for that day. Sometimes I want to do stuff where I need the daylight, so we'll do it a bit earlier. But yeah, just chilling this evening. As I was saying, yesterday was, it was well, yesterday evening, or last night I should say, really. Yeah, it was just crazy. So you saw us on the campsite, but I'm not joking, the pain of trying to get up out of the tent without bending my legs. And then it took me ages. I finally got out and I kind of trying to get my shoes on, stumbling around and just moving my legs a little bit and slowly warming them back up and getting the muscles going. That was enough, and then I was all right. But it was just like 20-30 minutes of just sheer agony of just trying to move without like screaming pain in my legs and my muscles all cramping. Oh, that was awful. But I woke up this morning, everything was fine, and we got cracking and just marched back to the van. We had a few breaks, but it was a pretty rough day today. My feet and my legs were not happy with me, and my shoes, I'm not joking, they were soaked. Let me show you my shoes. This is crazy. the they're soaked through, and let me get the lace out of the way. Hopefully you can make that out. Get me some light on there. That's what the side of my shoe looks like. It was like that before I was hiking, and the other one's not faring much better. I thought they'd be all right, but we were going through so much grass and whatnot that they just, yeah, they let through all the water and just got soaked. But now I'm talking to you, I've realised that's a job I need to do. So I'm just gonna pop you there to hold the door open while I grab this thing out. Just gonna, I'll spin the camera so you can see what I'm up to. Just putting the shoes over the stove to dry, because I'll need them for work tomorrow, so I've got to get them dry. So I've got the stove on. I think even Taff can realise by now that I love a fire. And yeah, that'll dry them out without melting them, hopefully. Oh, so yeah, you probably haven't seen the van, Taff, but this is my van. This is where I live. Oh, I need that light on. Right. Well, I have to agree that is probably a, well, I don't know if it's a cool way, it's a hot way to dry my shoes, but yeah, it'll get them done. Oh, yeah, been living in a van for 4.5 years now, so I think, yeah, about that, about 4.5 years. My boys join me every other week, so you'll probably get to see them. They'll be back on Friday, so yeah, 4 years. It's a good way to live as well. I don't have any bills and no stress. Well, not too much stress. There's definitely some van lifers out there who find it quite stressful just because they say things like there's stuff that breaks all the time and whatnot. I don't really get that too much. There's definitely things that need maintaining, and like a pump will break or something. But I quite like tottering with all my stuff. I'm working on an edit on a video at the moment where I've been upgrading my hot water system. So right now the stove's on and I've got hot water pumping, well, water pumping through that it heats for my shower and for just heating the van, it's like around the areas. And yeah, I need a shower. I'm stinky and I'm sweaty, and but I thought I'll stream before I have my shower. So I've got the stove on to heat up some water and just make it warm in here so I can mend with a little bit of comfort rather than sitting around in the cold. Hi to Nolu, good to see you in here. And whoa, that's a name. I'm no Edil Canidal. Edel Caneedle. Is that, am I close to that? Is that how you're supposed to say Edel Caneedle? It sounds like a play on words for evil Caneedle. Knievel? Evil Caneedle. Wow, oh, you've got me tongue twisted now, but yeah. The first was, so Edel Caniddle? I don't know. I don't know how I said it the first time. Eddie, there you go. Eddie's good. That's much easier. I'm not good with names. I'm terrible. Good to have you in. What was I talking about? Yeah, I mean, it depends. Living in a van, Taff, it's hard for some, for sure. I don't think everyone is suited to it. Just like everyone is not suited for living in a house and dealing with all the stress of that either. But for me, living in a van is lovely. I like being really independent and being able to do things my way. I don't have to worry about building specs and regulations and that in here. I just make things how I want them to be. And pretty much everything in here is DIY. I built everything myself. Obviously there's things that I didn't actually build. Like I didn't build the stove, but I obviously installed it myself and all the flue pipes, and I put the electrics in, the plumbing in. So everything is installed by me at the very least. But I like doing that sort of thing. I'm good with my hands, I'm good with making things. I like experimenting as well. So my hot water system's a full experiment, and I'm still fully in the process of like prototyping, really, just building it as I go, changing a thing, building another bit. Yeah, it's always a work in progress. I'm pretty happy with how I've got it at the moment, but I do need a new pump. One of the pumps, because they're quite old now, one of them is definitely on its last legs. And once I've got that in, I'll get to see whether the system's actually working as well as I hope. If not, I might have to change a couple of things, maybe add some things, but I don't know. But you'll get to see that hopefully on Wednesday if I can get the video finished in time. If not, it might be a day or two late, but I will endeavour, as always, to be on time with these things. To be honest, the plumbing, the water system wasn't that hard. Yeah, that was really simple. And I've got a massive tank. I've got like two, it's below me. I'm sitting basically on it at the moment. It's underneath the sofa. So you can see I'm sat comfortably on my sofa. And just underneath me, there's 240 litres. Well, it's probably not 240 litres now. I've used some, but when it's full, there's 240 litres worth of water in there. So it lasts a long time, and I don't have to fill up too often. But it feeds my sink, my shower, allows me to flush the toilet, and even runs my washing machine, which I have in here. It's a comfortable van. I've got to say, I've got pretty much everything you'd have in a house in here, which not every van lifer can say. I don't have a bath, but I do have a steam. I have a steam room. It's my shower doubles up as a steam room, which is really nice. That's a proper luxury for a van. Yeah, it's only a small washing machine at Taff. It's not like a full size thing. It's a special one from South Korea, because they're all like minimal lifestyles over there, like very small apartments and homes. So they sort of really specialize in small equipment for households, and they have like these wall mounted washing machines. It's actually a washer dryer, so it can even do tumble drying if I wanted to. But yeah, that was an expensive bit of kit, but well worth having, because it makes life a lot easier. Hey, I'm going to go Juice WRLD fan, I guess is how you say it. Thanks for subbing. That's brilliant. Thank you very much, and it's good to have you here. Any questions by anyone, ask away. I am an open book today. If you've got a question about the van, my van life in general, or if you've got a question about the camping, anything at all, ask me and I'll try and answer. Tim's in. Hi, Tim. You've got no one but yourself to blame. You said yes to coming, so you might be knackered too, but you can't blame me for that one. Cheers. Can I call you Juice? That's the question now, because Juice WRLD fan is a big mouthful. So maybe Juice or Juicy. I don't know. Oh yeah. Cheers. So yeah, Tim, I'm just giving everyone a bit of a recount of my my absolute painful noises from last night when I was trying to get out of the tent without bending my legs, and then I was just telling them a little bit about the van as well. Are you actually on the train yet, Tim? I have a feeling you're probably on the train, but yeah, it's you've still got a bit of a trek till you get home. I just get to sit here and relax, chatting to everyone in the stream. That's the one benefit of the van life. So we went up to Ketton, I think it's called. So Noah and Tim came up here to Biggleswade. I met them here, and they came up on the train, and we all went up in the van. And that means that although they've then got to get home afterwards, I'm basically home already. I brought Tim back to Biggleswade so that he could, and Noah actually went to Peterborough because he had to rush. But yeah, we had a bit of a chill evening as well. So yeah, you did think it was somebody else, didn't you? I was making a lot of noise. My day's been great, Juice. I hope yours has been too. I hope you. Where are you from, Juice? I'm in England. I get all sorts of people in here, so I cannot guess, but I would like to know. I think I'm trying to remember where Taff said they're from. Are you from Myanmar? Did you say, Taff? My memory's terrible, but I'm sure it was you who said you were from Myanmar. I could be wrong. Correct me if I am. Oh, you're from UK as well? Cool. Oh, I remembered right. There you go. My memory is not as bad sometimes as I think it is. Uh, yeah, I am technically the baby Tim. I wasn't the baby group, but now I am. So I am. I'm only slightly younger than Noah though. He's only got a few weeks on me. So, oh, we've got someone in, Samir, but I don't understand anything you said because I am English speaking only, unfortunately. So if you say anything in any other language, I probably won't understand it. If you speak some real, if anyone speaks some real simple Spanish to me, you got a 50-50 that I might work out what on earth you said, but you're better off sticking to the English. I'm not 44 yet, Tim. Give me some. Don't be taking. Do not be taking time off my life like this. There's at least 3 weeks. There's at least 3 weeks, maybe 4 until I'm 44. So you're like taking weeks off my life here. This is not cool. This is not cool at all. We will not have it. Are you off, Juice? All right. Well, see you tomorrow if you're going. Cheers for popping in and for subscribing. I appreciate you. Oh, King Huzi. I hope that's. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that anywhere near right. I'm from the UK. Good to have you in. Just chilling out in my van right now. Just had a long weekend doing camping, so it's a real chill, just have a chat kind of stream. I am not up for doing anything crazy today. I mean, not that I've done anything crazy. Well, I don't know. Last night's campfire was good, and the campsite was nuts. The video is going to be pretty cool, actually. There was a lot of nervous, nail-biting moments where we weren't sure the camp was going to work out. It's a bit of a spoiler that I'm here and I can tell you that the camp worked out, but it'll be worth a watch. So yeah, there's plenty of interesting stuff went on. Taff can attest to some of the craziness because we did a bit of a live stream. You guys have looted India. I don't know who you guys are, and yeah, I'm sure somebody did something bad. I mean, the British guys over here, our ancestors did a lot of bad stuff, but then so did a lot of other people. So I don't know. I'm not very good with history, so yeah, we definitely have a non-English speaker in here, but that's okay. You can chill out, and I'll just hope you're saying nice things. We see some emojis which are good, so I'll give you the thumbs up too. I have no idea what you're saying, but I appreciate you being here. And we've got a Harjeet Singh Rajput. I don't know. Yeah, Rajput. I think I must have got that quite close. And yeah, we're getting some randoms in, but it's just fine. You're all welcome. We love it. Someone will say something soon to make me laugh, and I'll be in hysterics, I'm sure. Yeah. Have we still got any regulars in, or am I chatting to just the random people? Hmm. You can tell I'm tired. Oh, Spark is still here. Yeah, we've got some random people in, haven't we? Yeah, it happens. That's the idea of the vertical stream. To be honest, I'm going to chat YouTube a bit now. I've been doing a lot of YouTube chat with Tim because Tim's a YouTuber as well, as some of you know. But yeah, we talk a lot about our YouTube channels and how it all works. And I was telling him I like the vertical format, partly because it's sometimes more useful, especially if, like for instance, in the one where we were doing the popcorn, if I had that landscape, like horizontal, as YouTube would call it, you're just going to get a lot of like empty space where nothing's happening. Whereas in the van space, often if it's vertical, you can kind of look down the whole van, see things, and especially if I'm working with something in front of me, you can still see me and whatever I'm working on. So the height is more useful than the side to side, but also just it gets pushed out into the shorts feeds and the as well as the live streaming feeds. So that kind of gets it a bit more exposure. It means I'll hopefully find more new subscribers and people who want to come and chill out and hang out, because it's not just about camping here, it's about pretty much life in general. My life is different to a lot of other people's, and all are welcome, and we just chat and hang out. So yeah, exposure is good, and just getting around to more people. But the downside of it is we get some proper like bot chat in here sometimes, and weird random stuff happening. But we'll take it all. We're happy. We've got somebody talking about some random stuff, don't we? And another person, something about opinions on England, doing something with Ireland. I don't know. I haven't any opinions on things like that. I am far from political. So if you say political stuff in the chat, I literally probably can't talk about it at all because I have no clue what's going on in the world. I'm a little bubble all to myself. So yeah, completely useless on that, I'm afraid. Yeah, Taff, I'll be honest, I kind of assumed you'd just been scrolling through, and I appreciate that you stopped for me, to be honest. That's really cool of you. I guess I'm going to find a lot of people that way, which I don't mind. That's how everyone finds something on YouTube. I find a lot of random channels myself. I'm certainly a watcher as well as a creator, so or content creator, I guess is technically what I am. But yeah, it's YouTube after all. We're finding random stuff all the time. Autocorrect is funny on the phone. Yeah, I tell you, there's Tim will know this, and so will Sparker. But there's a fellow stealth camper called Yoast, and every time I type his name in, it autocorrects to Toast, and I'm like, please stop autocorrecting it to Toast, because like I actually sent a couple of comments where I mentioned him or I said his name in them, and I'm like, oh no, I've quickly got to edit it because it went in as Toast. Oh, I'm going to get myself in trouble with him at one point. I appreciate it, Taff. Yeah, supporting the small creators is always good. I do a lot of that myself. I post about some of the ones I really like on my channel, but some I don't because they're not really relevant to my channel, but I still like them. Yeah, the small content creators as well, sometimes they're pushing out some of the best content, I feel. The big channels, they have their place and they're solid, and I watch a lot of that, but yeah, some of the small content creators, they've got more character, more charm. And that's what I try to put across, to be honest, is just a little bit of character, whatever I've got in there anyway. Let's have a little scroll, getting a few more. Just some more random. Try to build spacecraft. We've got talking about spacecraft here. I'm going to try and read this back. This looks interesting. No, I've no idea what that one's talking about. The UK has tried to build spacecraft. They just don't work. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things we build don't work. Let's face it, most of the things that I have that work are from somewhere else. I'm not going to lie. I'm not sure we even bother trying that much anymore. We seem to farm everything out. Even things that are thought of as like British products are just not British anymore. I mean, gee, didn't we even sell off Paddington Bear to somebody at some point? Jeez. I mean, just, I'm not sure what's left that is actually truly British anymore. I mean, not that I think about these things that often, but it just it comes up in the chat. We talk about it. Yeah, Tim's right. We always love support. Anyone who wants to give us some love, it's always good. We're always just trying to grow our channels. Mine's obviously not massive yet, but one day, fingers crossed, we'll get there. What guy actually decided just to build like a space rocket or something? They should make a movie about that. If there's a British guy who did that, there should be a movie. If there's a movie about Eddie the Eagle, there should be a movie about an English guy trying to build a spaceship. Do you know what I mean? That's cracking. That'd be a good story. Oh yeah, technically Paddington Bear is from Peru, I guess. Yeah, but obviously the story is English, is it not? It's always set in London, even from the start. Mind you, I could be wrong on that. My memory's terrible, but yeah, I don't know how much is left that we started that we've still got. FaceTime with your dad. I like that. That's funny. Shall I start telling you off or asking you, how are you doing? You're looking after yourself. Michael Bond is British, yeah. Who's Michael Bond? I'm going to wait for an answer now. I've asked Tim who he's talking about. But yeah, I'm running out of things to talk about because I'm just so sleepy. Oh, James Bond, but not British. What are we talking about here? Yeah, well, I thought James Bond immediately because he said the word Bond. And like, anyone says Bond, you just think James Bond. But the writer of Paddington Bear. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so English writer, yeah. But I keep saying but. Oh, all my bad habits creeping. See, when I'm filming, I normally try to not fall into bad habits, and I try to think about what I'm about to say before I say it, so I don't stutter and say, "Well, I mean," and I start going on weird tangents. But it's really hard to do when I'm tired because I got very little sleep last night. Well, last night wasn't too bad. The night before I got less, probably about the same amount of sleep. But then the 2 nights before that were bad as well. So I'm about 4 nights of bad sleep. I really do need to get sleep tonight and actually get some Zeds in before I work tomorrow. Ah, Vic is in. Hi, Vic. Good to see you, man. We are just chilling this evening. There's no special stuff going on. I've just been recounting the tales of our exploits over the weekend and explaining a few things about the van. But the floor is open. If you have something you want to talk about, if you have questions you want to ask, whether it's van life, camping, anything, just ask away. But you've got to start off with telling me how your day was. I want to hear how you're doing, Vic. Yeah, to be honest, 4 nights of bad sleep is not a big run. To be honest, I've had many runs of many nights of bad sleep. It's been a rough year to be fair, but I've always struggled with my sleep. It's just the getting to sleep. My brain churns and I'm addicted to my phone half the time in the evening. I think that's a fairly common thing. I try not to watch my phone too much, but yeah, I end up watching the phone and like before I know it, like 3 hours have passed and I should have been asleep ages ago. But I don't do well with just laying down and just going. Just start to go to sleep, close eyes, sleep. It's like that won't happen unless I'm absolutely shattered. Oh, at Stevenage, I thought you'd be way further than that by now, Tim. Don't know why. Yeah. I do say though, with the sleep, whatever you get when you're camping is usually worth about like 50% extra. So if you get 6 hours of sleep on campsite, I reckon that's worth more like about 9 if you were doing it at home. I just find that if you're out in the fresh air and you've been doing all the exercise, and you kind of get a real good quality of sleep when you're out on campsite. But it does depend. Last night I don't think it was that quality just because I was dealing with the cramps and everything. So yeah, that was a lot of. I was just doing a lot of physical healing, I think, over the night. That was rough. I've got to say, I did not expect it to be that rough. I thought I'd do a lot better. Even though it's been a while, I thought I'm in good shape. I should be fine. But yeah, that was truly an awful night's sleep. I mean, when I was asleep, once I dealt with the cramps in the middle of the night, I did actually get a really big chunk. So it wasn't all that bad. I've had worse. The one I would say in Wales in the storm was probably worse than that. Yeah, I definitely got less sleep then. Weird dreams camping, eh? What kind of bad dreams? Oh, you said weird, not bad. What's the weirdest dream you've had then, Sparker, when you're camping? If you can say it on here without getting us in trouble. Oh yeah, coastal air, Vic. That's a way to go. I'm just going to scroll back because I feel like I might have missed a few messages. Let's have a little quick double check. Vic said, yeah, you're just right. Was helping out a neighbour rigging up his DVD to a TV. Oh, nice. That's good of you. Looking out for others, always a good thing. Fresh air knocks me out, thing. Unless someone is wandering around the campsite making weird noises. Who would walk around campsite making weird noises? I don't know what you're talking about, Tim. Yeah, I got to admit, Tim, I was probably grunting, and I mean, if I had been on my own, I would have been swearing blue murder, I think, because I was in a lot of pain when I was trying to just. I don't know how you're supposed to get out of a tiny tent without bending your legs. I don't even know how I did that. Let me try and think. So yeah, I think the first step was putting my hands in my shoes and walking myself out while my feet were still in the tent. And then I got my feet onto the sit mats that I had outside of the tent, so I didn't get my feet all grubby. And then somehow kind of like just walked my hands back and got into like a standing position. I would have looked so funny. If someone could have filmed that, that would have been hilarious. Well, I think we'd have gone viral pretty quick. How not to get out of a tent in the middle of the night. Oh dear. But it was all right getting back in, because by that time I'd walked around and like dealt with the cramps and they'd gone away. But yeah, that was horrendous. So I think you got away lightly anyway, Tim. I don't think those noises were quite as bad as they could have been. Cheers, Taff. Yeah, well, I don't like to miss the chat. I'm aware that people are here to kind of chit chat with me, so I don't like to leave anyone behind in it a bit. Obviously, when I'm busy doing things, like yesterday, I was so busy with the campsite stuff that I'm sure I missed a load of chat. But I do my best. I try to make sure I read all the chat. I imagine if I turn into a massive channel and there's thousands of people in, I'd never be able to do it. But for now, I can. So when I can, I will. That's the idea. I'll do the best I can always. Tim says, I dreamed a lot. Whoa, it's gone up. I dreamed I lost my backpack walking while on a camp once. Yeah, you actually did though once as well. We've got it on. You got it on video, didn't you? Basically, leave your pack somewhere, and it was the grey like the rocks, and then you were looking around for it, like rookie mistake. Can't find my pack. That was brilliant. I was laughing so hard at that. You could have done like a 5-minute skit on that. You just wondering, because it felt like it wasn't that lost for that long, but I'm starting to wonder, how much did you cut out? Was there like a half an hour video of you just wandering around looking for your pack? But in the edit, you're like, they'll never watch this for that long. I need to chop it down to like 20 seconds and it'll be all right. Ah dear. Sorry for the jiggly camera. I'm literally holding it. I could have set it up, but I was like, I'm just going to do it all chill. Especially because I'm moving around. And if anyone asks anything about the van, I'll jump up and I'll show you something if you want to see something. But back into the chat we go. Sparker said, people walking right next to my hammock and rummaging through my backpack. Yeah, do you know, I don't dream about that, but I definitely worry about that when I'm trying to get to sleep. I think just before I just try to set everything up, and I make sure nothing of great value is within hand's reach of someone sticking it underneath the edge of my vestibule or something like that. Because a lot of my stuff I keep in the vestibule of my tent, but anything valuable I keep inside with me. But yeah, that's definitely actually a real concern. I don't know about just a funky dream. That says, other people don't even read them. Yeah, to be fair, it depends on the content creator or the streamer, whatever you want to call them. The issue, I guess, is it depends what you're doing and depends how many people you've got in the chat. I've got it turned on as settings so that I see all the chat, but I have to manually do that every time. I really need to look through to see if there's a way to have my preferred settings changed, I guess is what I'd call it, my default settings or preferred settings, because it always goes to top messages only. And I have no idea what that means, other than clearly it's filtering out some that it thinks is not top messages. As far as I'm concerned, every message is a top message. So, well, maybe not the random bot messages, but everything else. Everything from a normal human being is a top message. Your smallest tent is... Oh, I've missed something. It's, what did Vic say? I don't know. But Vic says, my smallest tent is the Bobcat and I even struggle with it. Oh, you must be referring to when I was talking about the climbing out. Yeah, I mean, my tent's pretty small and it's not too hard to get out of when I can bend my legs. It was just a not being able to bend my legs without them cramping business. Oh, I mean, before I went to sleep though, I had got cramp for like, it had to be like 10-15 minutes. It took me to like stop it, and it was really nasty one as well. Oh, Tim, it was same. Oh, someone called Hey Buddy said something rude in the chat. We won't repeat that. Yeah, if you keep saying that, you won't be in the chat for long. Right, Let's see if I can't do something about a person like that. Boom. There we go. Sorted that. Woof, that got rid of all his messages as well. Sorted. There we go. That's the first time I've had to moderate the chat. Blimey. I mean, we've had a couple of choice words here and there from decent people who just forgot themselves, but I let that slide. However, spamming loads of rude words, we won't have it. Haha. Let's have a little look. So what's your favourite Halloween movie, folks? That's a good question. I'll be honest, I don't have a favourite Halloween movie. I don't like horror movies. I'm a weirdo like that. But if I had to have one that I remember, it would probably be something like a Freddy Krueger one, because they're like nuts. But that's probably old school. So how far behind am I on this chat? I'm not too far, but it looks that's good. Tash says, I've never even watched a full movie before. Really? How come? That's crazy. That blows my mind. How could you have not watched the full movie? And Vic says leg cramps are the worst. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know if they're the worst, but they're definitely up there. Whew. Spark says, I passed out when I was young with calf cramp. Yeah, I mean, it can get pretty rough. I mean, this one wasn't calf cramp, though. It was in a really weird place. So let me turn the camera around, actually. It's going to be better so I can see. So normally, like in the old days, I'd have the calf cramp, but this cramp was right here, on like sort of, so that's my knee, and it's sort of just behind, just sort of like here. So, and it's right now, it's quite tense. It's like, I know that that's going to want to try to cramp up at some point. I can just feel it just there. It's a really weird place, and it was both legs. So my right leg had it for like 20 minutes, and I was like, ah. And then, but then when I woke up in the middle of the night, trying to try to get up, if I bent my legs even a tiny bit, both would, like, either one, whichever one I bent, just went, no, I'm gonna, and like this, you get that like split second of like, it's gonna cramp, so you're gonna straighten it out, and then you can save yourself from the cramp. But you know that the second that you move it, it's ready to go, it's ready to pounce. So I was struggling, but then other bits started to really ache and cramp, and the outside of my thighs was like screaming at me, and I was starting to panic that if I get a cramp on both sides, I can't straighten both sides at the same time. I started to really panic at a point. I didn't know what to do. I was just like desperate to get up, and I think that's when I started making all the random noises, and I was just really not knowing what was going on, and just in a frenzy of, I need to get out of this tent, I need to get out, I need to stand up, I need to sort something, because I don't know what I'm going to do if I get trapped in a tent and I can't move properly and my legs are just spazzing out. Oh dear. Oh, we're still talking movies. Let's crash into the chat list. Pradeep Singh, hi, good to have you in. I'm good, I hope you're well too. Let me know how your day's been. We're apparently chatting about Halloween movies. And Teto, hello too. Oh no, it's Taff on an alternate account. Hi Taff, or Teto now, I guess. Hard Pocket, my favourite is Alien or Halloween. Well, if Alien is a Halloween movie, then yeah, maybe Aliens, because I like some of them movies. They're really cool. Yeah. Or would Terminator be a Halloween movie? Because that was pretty grim, the first one, the very first Terminator. That was proper gore and everything. So I think that would probably count, would it not? If it does, that would be on mine. Because when I was asked Halloween movies, I'm thinking things like Scream and the one with what's it in it, Jason or whatever his name is, and Freddy Krueger's, and all the scary things like that, specifically like that. Or like Noah was talking about Final Destination movies on the trip, and I'll be honest, I watched one of those, and I think I watched maybe the second one, but they wind me up. I'm like, no, it's too tense. Weapons is pretty good for a scary movie. Weapons, I've not heard of that. I'll maybe check that out, see what it's about. If it's horror though, I'm really not that into the horrors too much. I don't mind things like Aliens. That's not too bad. Yeah, but anything that's too psychological, and too, like, if they do too much jump scaring, I hate that. I'm like, oh, I want to try and chill, not get scared out of my wits while watching a movie. Um, uh, yeah, Terminator was solid, man. I mean, what it is now with the franchise compared to the first one, it's ridiculous. They've destroyed it, but yeah, the first Terminator movie was just incredibly good. There are some movies that stand up. My dad's favourites were things like Die Hard movies, and a few years back we watched them together. And I thought they were going to be terrible. I was like, they're so old at this point. I was thought, nah, they won't stand up. But they absolutely stood up. I was like, wow, they're still good movies. I couldn't believe that. And we watched a few like that where there were old ones that he'd watched and he wanted to rewatch and relive them. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do some movies and watch some random old stuff. And so I let him choose the stuff that he wanted. And yeah, most of it really stood up. I watched some of the Clint Eastwood uh, spaghetti westerns with the boys recently. They love those, like the good, the bad, and the ugly. And what was the other ones of that? But the trilogy of that, whatever they are, was it A Fistful of Dollars, A Few Dollars More, and then the good, the bad, and the ugly. I think that's the way it goes. I mean, that stuff stands up. I couldn't believe it, like watching it as an adult, how good those movies were and how much they said without even speaking. The looks that they were giving and some of they just take like minutes of scenes where they just don't say a word. It's all done with the looks that they're giving and just the music and everything and just the situational kind of drama. Wow, I was blown away by that. Yes. Oh, whoop! I'm touching the screen in bad ways. It didn't like me. Um, now this is where Hard Up Hiker is far better than me. He knows people's names. Like he's saying Sergio Leone is ace, and I'm like, who is that? I don't even know. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, do you know what? I used to love a lot. I mean, I still do actually. I have watched a few with the boys now. We started to watch Hang 'Em High, but we were watching it on Prime, and then it got taken off, and we couldn't watch it. And we were like, we got halfway through it. What are you doing? I hate that when they do that. Who else hates that when you're watching a movie on Prime, and then you're halfway through watching, you go, I'll watch it tomorrow, and you come back a day or two later, and it's been taken off the list, and you're like, no, no, don't do that. Once Upon a Time in the West is a masterpiece. I think I've seen that. Is that a more modern one? I'm thinking that's a more modern one. And if it's the one I'm thinking of, I would agree. Um, Vic says the director. Is that like the name of a movie? Because I think there's one called that. Or are you referring to my question about who Sergio Leone is? And in which case, if he's the director of what? I don't know. But yeah, yeah, I love movies though. Movies, like I'm always watching something. And I've lately started watching loads of the old stuff just because it's available to watch on Prime, which is easy. But also with the boys, it's great rewatching stuff with the lads. We definitely watch some stuff that is above their age range, but not by much. I generally avoid anything that's 18 plus. But even though they're only 11 and 13, I'm like, some of the 15s is okay. I try to avoid anything with too much unnecessary violence, but anything else, I'm like, it's probably over the head. But if I feel like there's something that needs explaining, I can explain. And they're pretty savvy and old enough to see a lot of it now. Although, what did we watch? We watched a movie. What were we watching? Oh, it's it Van Wilder Party Liaison, one of my more favourite comedy ones. And there are some really choice moments in there, just hilarious stuff, like with the dog and the huge testicles on the dog, hilarious stuff. And but there was one scene I'd forgotten was even in there where you get like I don't know about a second of boo flash, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize that was in there. But the boys, I don't think even really registered it, which was funny. Oh dear, that's young lads for you. They're too young for that sort of thing, so they don't even notice it. Let's have a little look. We've got some more stuff going on. Um, Oh, no, it's 1969. Who's? Oh, Once Upon a Time in the West, 1969. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure I've seen that one then. If I have, it's a long time ago. But oh, so we're saying that Sergio Leone is the director of Good, Bad, and the Ugly. I see, and and a fistful of and a fistful of dollars and Once Upon a Time. Oh, I see. He did all those. Cool, 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 cool. I'm terrible with director names. I know a few of certain directors. Like, if someone said to me, "Can you tell me like a, I don't know, Martin Scorsese film?" I could tell you that, or the guy who does. I can't remember half their names though, to be honest. But if someone said to me a director's name, like a really well-known one, I might be able to tell you a movie that they've done. But the odds aren't good. The odds are not really good at all. I'm not very knowledgeable with names. Like, it's just that's like my big kind of like, I'll blank on names so badly. That's why I try really hard here. I try really hard to remember everybody's name and what they're and when I've seen somebody. Uh, um, See, now that Vic says Charles was on last night, Death Wish. So Death Wish, I'm guessing, is the movie, because I think I've seen a movie called that. Oh yeah, Charles Bronson. You must be talking about Death Wish. I'm trying to think about that. Is that one where he's driving a car? Oh wait, is that the one with the? Wait, no, I'm thinking of a different one. No, I don't know. I remember a movie though where there's this like car where they never see the driver, and it's basically trying to come after them and like basically run them down the whole time. But then I think Death Wish is another one. I think I'm probably thinking of a different movie. Hard Up Hocus now just shouting, well, not shouting, but saying different director names at me. Yeah, like I know, I could name quite a few Quentin Tarantino movies and Spielberg ones. I mean, Spielberg's got massive famous ones. Like, I mean, like isn't hard to think of like E.T. if you're thinking him, and the Kill Bill ones. For I think Quentin Tarantino is like Pulp Fiction and stuff like that. Am I right? I don't know, but yeah. Jewel. What is Jewel by Steven Spielberg? Are you referring to what I was just talking about with the car thing? Oh, the lorry chasing the guy. That's it. Yes, that's it. Yeah, Carl, you guys are good. You guys are solid. Yeah, Jewel. That's what it was called. That was nuts. That was psychological, man. That was when they were doing some real good movies. They pulled out some really stunners back in them days. I want to watch that one with the boys. That's got to go on a list. I'm glad that you guys have told me the name of that. I'm going to remember that and put it on my list, because I have actual. I use Keep Notes from Google to write lists down. One of my lists is movies to watch, either just for myself or ones I want to watch with the boys. I even have one for things that I think I could watch with Noah, because Noah loves movies. He's like the ultimate movie buff. He watches so many of them, and most of the time he's watched everything that I could possibly want to watch. So every now and then, if I think, oh, that's a weird movie, I wouldn't mind watching that. Maybe Noah hasn't seen it, so I'll write down my little list, and then whenever he's over and we're looking to see maybe put a movie on, I've got a little list I can refer to and say, what about this one now? What about this? And hopefully I can find one that he hasn't seen, or that he hasn't seen in long enough that he's like, yeah, I could watch that again. He's usually pretty good at suggesting ones that he wouldn't mind watching that I haven't seen, because I haven't seen a lot of what he has. He sees so many, it's crazy. He loves like the London Film Festival. He'll literally have like a target of how many movies he wants to watch. It's crazy. Oh, so you're saying, yeah? No, I don't. I was definitely thinking about Jewel with the lorry. I was just, but I'm just trying to think of Death Wish, what that is. Not really sure. Oh, Carrie, yeah, or Carrie, I can't remember. That's the one she's got the, and with the blood coming down and all that, and then like the ends and all that. That was crazy. That movie. That was mental. Yeah, good old classic Stephen King. Sorry, yeah, that's left some impressions on me when I saw that one. Yeah, for sure. That was crazy. Yeah, there's some definite classics coming up in here. God. Do you know, we should do this every now and then. We should think about like old movies that we all haven't watched. We should. Yeah, this is a good idea. Tell me if this is a good idea in the chat. We could do a little bit of like a movie club instead of a book club, where we all pick a movie that we're all going to watch, so we can talk about it in the chat later on in the week. We should do this. Everyone pick a movie. We'll have little. Everyone suggest one, and maybe I'll put a poll up or something. I don't know if I can put a poll up. But if I can't put a poll, what we'll do is maybe we just... what's going on with this little thing on the side here? Why do I have that constantly? I'm sure it's not normally there. Yeah, yeah. Let's not do horrors though. I can't stand horrors. Don't do too much like that. But yeah, everyone suggests something, and then we'll have a vote, and we'll pick something, and then if we all find time to watch it over the next week, so we can chat about it on the next Sunday live or something. We'll do something like that. We'll figure it out. But that'd be quite cool. And then we'll all have something to talk about, and we can moan about who hated it and who loved it. A watch along. Well, I guess you could. I mean, I can't obviously show it on the stream because, yeah, that probably wouldn't be allowed. But yeah, we'll do something like that. Maybe that might be. We talk about old chocolate bars when the kids are over, says Vic. Oh, there's a lot to talk about with old chocolate bars. I was watching one actually, where I, for the first time ever, learned about the naming and renaming of Marathon / Snicker bars, and that was really interesting. Actually, I always thought it was something to do with some kind of advertising or whatever, and it kind of was that a little bit, just to do with aligning the fact that, like, when they put an advert out for like a whole area, rather than having to shoot different adverts for different names, they could just do one and it could go out everywhere. That made sense, but there was also to do with other things as well, like where they came from. So they talked about the start of the company and the fact that, like, the guy came from America, where his dad first had like the Mars company and all that sort of thing. And yeah, it was really cool actually. Loads of interesting stuff with chocolate bars. And we all do know for sure now that the wagon wheels used to be yay big, and now they're like this big. It's things like that. There's all that sort of conversation. Simon Silo's in. Hi Simon, how you doing, man? Was he actually throwing up Matchstick Men? Clive Sinclair, is that you throwing up a suggestion for a shared movie to watch? Matchstick Men. I don't know if I've heard of that. Or are you suggesting that as your favourite Halloween one? King's Cross might disappear soon into the underground. I'll be honest, Tim, Hard Up Hiker, I'm surprised you've been on this whole time. Whenever I go down to London, I start losing signal quite a lot, somewhere between Stevenage and Finsbury Park. So you've done well to stay in the stream even now. But if we lose you, it was great having you in. I'm going to actually wrap this up soon because I'm literally waffling on about movies and chocolate bars now, and I can tell that my tiredness has gone into a new level of just zombieing out and reading the chat rather than actually doing much else. But yeah, it's been great having everyone in actually. Been quite a nice chill one, which is kind of what these were about. So I don't always have to do crazy things to make these work, which is nice. It's good to know that everyone wants to be in here for just a chit chat. Yeah, I think we're nearly an hour, so I'm going to call it. That's it, guys. But we'll talk about the movie idea if there's enough people up for that. We should do that maybe, and I'll probably watch my one with the boys if it's not an 18, so we can all chat about it because they're with me every other Sunday. But yeah, thanks for joining in everybody. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow. I have no idea what I'm doing tomorrow because I'll be working in the morning and I'll be probably completely shattered again. Maybe we'll do a little walk around in the local countryside. Depends where I'm working. I'm sure I'll be parked up somewhere different tomorrow. So, oh, Tim says train had Wi-Fi. Do you know, I never use Wi-Fi on the trains. That's probably my problem there. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, and for everyone new who's subscribed. See you on the next one, hopefully. You take care. Oh, and have fun.